is adorned on the building behind us. That they ensure the health, safety, and economic well-being of every worker, and that they work to dismantle white supremacy and the end of police brutality.
These big box corporations, they're saying that they support Black Lives Matter, but how are you saying you support Black Lives Matter when you're not supporting the Black lives on your front lines, black and brown?
Always the fear of getting bankrupt or month on month. The solution could be that we go into a discussion about rents, working on solution with the real estate industry, so clubs don't pay rents and the real estate industry can then apply for support from the government. That would make the whole process a bit easier, because right now the clubs are really very different in their needs, but the real estate industry, obviously there is money being made, there is still money being made right now, and so maybe that also could be a contribution to society if the real estate industry also pays their share. But in detail, you see that when these help programs were launched, they sounded very good, but in detail you also see that a lot of venues, club promoters, they fall through the cracks. So the numbers the Senate released were showing that an average of received money of that emergency program was 80,000 euros, and that sounds pretty high. But on the other hand, first of all, the rents are very different. So if you have a very large venue which has thousands of artists every year hosting and presenting, it may be also not a lot of money. So we kind of try to get more clarity about this number, and it showed that about half of these venues, they didn't receive more than 25,000 euros, and some of them, very few of them, received a very high number. But as we can go through the list, I assume that they're not even clubs, they're more like music venues, large arenas or buildings that were applying for that money. There may be some income streams in the summer month to use outside areas, maybe also for small festivals to be organized in the rural areas or in the outskirts of the city. But clubs itself will be very hard to keep it also authentic and keep up a club culture that Berlin is known for, where social distancing is really basically the opposite of what we're talking about. I think when we look at what the current situation in Berlin is, compared to many other cities, we are in a very privileged situation, because there is help from government and there is also good communication, and they're also very aware of the problems that they're